How do you know if your third eye is opening? Are you expecting to see ghosts and auras and getting disappointed because you're not experiencing something like that? Maybe you've been doing a lot of reading or a lot of meditation and not experiencing what you think you're supposed to experience? Frustrated, thinking nothing's happening no matter what you do? All of that stuff will lead you down a road wondering if you're doing something right or if your third eye is even open or opening. This video here, I'm going to give you 7 different things that would let you know your third eye is open or opening, and they're not your normal stereotypic things that you would expect. So if that sounds good to you, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button and hang out and watch the video. Make sure you stay to the end of the video because I have something for you that will drastically, greatly speed up all of your intuition and psychic development efforts to get you the fastest results possible. Alright, so real quick, if you're brand spanking new to this channel and you have no idea who I am, give me a quick second to introduce myself. My name is Judi Jamieson and I'm a psychic. I teach intuition and psychic development to empaths who are going through some kind of life transition, spiritual awakening, or trauma trying to heal from toxic and manipulative people. Because we all know sometimes the physical world just don't effing cut it. So when you learn to tune into your spirit guides or the spiritual world for answers, insight, clarity, guidance, next steps, whatever it is that you need, you have the ability 24/7 at your beck and call, no matter where you're at or what you're doing, to tune into higher intelligence that will lead you to all forms of happiness, passion, and yellow brick roads. So if that sounds like you and something you are interested in learning about, I am your new virtual best friend, and you're going to want to hit the subscribe button that's right underneath this video. If you're not already a subscriber, I'm going to give you a second to do that right now. Alright, you ready? So let's get this party started. How do you know if your third eye is open or opening? So first I gotta tell you, it is not what Hollywood tells you. So if you've watched all these really cool, interesting, fun Hollywood movies on this kind of stuff, it's all a bunch of BS and baloney. 99% of the time, you are not going to experience anything even remotely close to seeing ghosts or auras or spirits or any of that kind of stuff. That's not how this stuff works in your real life, everyday life. Working with your third eye. Now, when I say working with your third eye, I'm talking about someone who works with it on a regular daily basis and it's part of your everyday life. It looks like this. You see people, life, situations, circumstances through a completely different filter and lens. Now, when I say a different filter and lens, again, it's not like you put on some kind of magical glasses and you see friggin' rainbows. Working with your third eye is a spiritual, internal process and, what word do I want to use? Experience, not a physical one. Let me repeat that again. Working with and using your third eye is not a physical experience, it is a spiritual one. Alright, so let's go into these 7 different things that would let you know your third eye is open or opening. 1, if you're going through some kind of spiritual awakening. The whole point of a spiritual awakening, it's painful as fuck and confusing and chaotic, but the whole point of it is so you can wash away all the worldly programming and logic and reason, the way the world, the physical world functions, so you can tune into you. It's all about surrendering the bullshit that isn't serving you so you can open yourself up to your true self, your soul. Number 2, if you question everything on a very deep level. I'm talking about wanting to know and understand the inner workings and intricacy of things. It's not like your basic coffee shop type conversations, and it's not like, oh, okay, that's a pretty house, or I don't know, I like that area rug. It's more of, how was that house built, and how is everything laid out, and how does it work, or what are the different kind of fabrics, and how many, I don't know, cotton sheets are in a sheet. I don't friggin' know. I'm trying to think of like random examples off at any given moment here. Basically, you don't live your life looking at and exploring things at just a basic surface level. You like to go deep within everything. The reason why, again, is a different filter. When you look at things as just face value, you're not seeing the deeper inner intricacies and workings of something. 3, if you find gratitude and beauty and blessings in everything and everyone around you. I'm talking even in the shittiest of people and the shittiest of situations. You go through life very elevated, seeing beauty in everything. So to give you another kind of example, when you're sitting outside and you see dandelions, you don't see weeds, you see wishes. Right? These are generally people who are like photographers, artisans, DIY type people, graphic designers. You can take the shittiest of things and either transform it and enhance it and bring to life the beauty, the rehab that you saw, and you find gratitude in all of life's experiences because you understand this is a journey for you. You're grateful for all the shit that happened here because it taught you this and got you here. You kind of get what I'm saying? 4, you see the facts of things versus being stuck in fantasy land. Now, when I teach intuition and psychic development, one of the key ingredients is being able to go back to that childlike state where you live in fantasy land. The whole point of that is you don't have the weight of the world or adulting or responsibilities weighing you down. Now, when I say getting stuck in fantasy land here, what I'm referring to is you're able, especially if you're an empath, you're able to separate facts of things that happened versus your emotions. And you're able to translate facts as to what's going on and either not justifying a shitty behavior or enabling something versus what is really going on here underlying, like the underlying hidden message or issue. You're able to spot if someone is manipulating you and you don't make excuses as to, oh, they just had a bad day or whatever it is. You don't involve emotions in facts as opposed to what could be in your fantasy land. 5, you don't judge others. In other words, you see people as individual, unique souls that are all on their own unique path and karmic journey. Even if it's not in alignment or vibing with yours, you don't judge that person. You don't place yourself above or below other people. You see everyone as individual light beings and souls with their own individual purpose and plan that you may or may not be a part of or vibe with. 6, you believe anything is possible. You don't allow, I'll say, worldly logic and reason and other people's thought patterns or beliefs to weigh you down or hinder you from your goals and your dreams or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve or wherever it is that you're trying to go. You truly do believe there is no limit as to how high you can go or the success or the growth that you can reach. 7, you do not see things in black or white, with me or against me, or win or lose. You see the entire rainbow and spectrum as to various different viewpoints, various different scenarios. If you come from a perspective of black and white, with me, against me, I'm right and you're wrong, you're very closed-minded, narrow-minded. You're not expanding and opening yourself up. Is any of this vibing with you? Or are you feeling me? Does any of this make sense to you? Can you relate to any of it? If so, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're vibing and you get it. So remember I told you hang out to the end of the video, I have something for you? Give me a second. The whole reason why I do these videos is to build virtual relationships, and the only way that's going to happen is if you comment below and talk to me. And I do get notifications when people comment, and I do reply back. So I got a question for you. I want you to evaluate, take a minute and ask yourself, why do you want to open your third eye? For what purpose? And then what is it that you were expecting to happen? Because if you're expecting something to happen, you are controlling how something would naturally progress or work, or you're trying to manipulate it based on unrealistic expectations. So do me a favor and share below. Why do you want to open your third eye, and what is it that you were expecting? The other question I have for you, if you are someone who has been working with your third eye, please share with me and anybody else who would be watching this video below, what are some aha moments to where it clicked and you realized, oh yes, I am seeing things for a different perspective and it is giving me insight and answers and guidance. Share below a short little story for me. You have to understand, working with your third eye or anything with intuition and psychic development is like a muscle. The more you condition it, the more you use it, the more you take care of it, the more it grows and the stronger it becomes. Thus, therefore, you're opening yourself up more and you're going to start receiving all kinds of information, downloads, and messages. All right, so remember I told you hang out to the end and I have something for you? My best advice for you, if you are someone who is focused on third eye, third eye, third eye, get off that horse. What you should be focusing on is your internal energy system and the progression steps that you would need to go, or the progression steps that you need to take to get to where it is that you want to be. For some people, it's not starting out with working with your third eye because that's not your strongest, most dominant natural gift. So there's 3 different steps or processes that you would need to go through in order to get to the level that you probably want to achieve. And I can show you how to do them without scheduling or setting aside time, without meditating, and how to develop these gifts as you're going about your normal everyday life. Sounds crazy here, but I can show you how to get messages from your third eye as you're in the shower shampooing your hair. I can show you how to get messages working with your third eye as you're in the supermarket. So you want to look at yourself as like a tree, right? Your chakra centers. And you got to start somewhere, and each level a light goes on, a light goes on, a light goes on, and then you get to a point where everything illuminates and just kind of, it's like a puzzle and all the pieces just magically fit together. But you got to start somewhere, right? My advice, this 3-step process that I teach. 1, you have to learn your own energy, your inner workings, what makes you who you are. The reason being, because if you're trying to work with your third eye or your spirit guides or your intuition, if you can't understand, read, and decode your own energy, you're never going to be able to understand when spirit is communicating with you, delivering a message. You're going to think you're crazy, you're not going to know if it's you or if it's spirit, and it gets all confusing and it gets all meshed together. So how do you do that? The first step is doing what's called shadow work. That will have you go in within your unconscious level, things that you're not aware of, not the surface stuff, and uncover what your actual blocks are. And it'll help you remove those blocks and open those doors. The second step is learning how to tune into and trust your intuition, your own internal guidance system. Again, it's a muscle. The more you trust it, the more you develop it, the stronger it gets, and the more frequent you'll receive messages. Most people will get an intuitive message or a gut feeling and they don't trust it, and then they try and justify it or downplay it through logic and reason. And the third and final step would be working with the spirit world. Now, when you learn how to combine all of these 3 tiers together, you build a nice, solid, strong foundation where all of your natural, intuitive, and psychic gifts are open and they are all harmoniously working together instead of just focusing on one, the third eye. So if that's something that interests you, underneath this video I will include a link to my online course called Open Your Intuition and Your Psychic Senses. And there's a shit ton of bonuses in there, like all kinds of stuff on how to read cards, how to read and feel energy, how to understand numerology, because the information does come in a lot of different ways. So I give you all kinds of tools that would help aid you in translating and understanding and decoding and strengthening all of your natural gifts. All of them. Not just one being the third eye. Alright, so that's what I have for you. I think I took up enough of your time. If you enjoyed this video, if you haven't already, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it to any person or any group that you think would benefit from this. Hopefully you commented below and you're going to talk to me so I can reply back to you or learn some things about you. And hopefully you're a subscriber to where I would see you real soon right here again on this channel. I hope you have, or no, go have a very high vibrational kick freaking ass day. I'll see you later.